guitar begins like the hum of an engine, starting its way down a quiet road. Slow, steady strums echo with the promise of freedom, carrying the listener beyond the noise of daily life. The melody feels wide and endless, like highways stretching toward the horizon. Each note goes like tires on gravel, smooth and certain, leading the way to places unknown. There is no rush, no destination, only the steady rhythm of movement and the comfort of open skies above. The guitar sings not of arrival, but of the journey itself, where every mile is a story and every pause a breath of peace. The song winds emphasis, the strings open up, bend the plains and the warm chords rise like the sun climbing over the horizon. Paint chill in the road, goes the melody glows, steady and welcoming, a companion to long thoughts and quiet dreams of surface while traveling far. Midway the guitar drifts into softer patterns, like the gentle swaying wind across tall grass. It holds a sense of reflection, the feeling of looking out through the windows. Landscapes roll by, it is thoughtful yet alight, the calm spirit of wandering where time slows down. The sound is not pushed, she glides, carrying the listener further into serenity. Each repetition feels like another mile past, each soft chord like a horizon opening wider. The journey becomes endless times, where time is unbroken by what you wanted. Toward the end, the guitar fades into quieter whispers, as if the road itself slows to a gentle stop. The music breathes out its final tones, like dust settling on a long drive. The last notes linger, stretching out like last rays of sunlight, disappearing in the night. The melody closes, but the spirit of the road remains. The journey continues, even in silence, free, open days. Morning comes slow, with a soft glow spread ring across the horizon. The cowboy hat rests on the table beside a cup of warm coffee. The air carries the scent of fresh earth and dew. The guitar begins to hum gently, each note rising like sunlight through the trees. It is not hurried, not rushed, only steady, like the rhythm of footsteps along a quiet dirt road. Birds call from the fence post, their voices blend in with the low chords of the guitar. The breeze moves the tall grass, swaying in time with the melody, and every sound feels part of a single song. The music is not only played but lived, echoing the heartbeat of the countryside. As the melody grows, it paints images of golden fields, horses grazing in the distance, wooden barns weathered by years of stories untold. The strum of the guitar is like the turning of pages in a book written by sunset and soul. tells of mornings where time slows down, where the worries of the world feel far away, and the only company needed is the sound of strings vibrating into the still air. Minutes pass, yet the melody continues, steady as the rising sun. Guitar whispers of hope, of days filled with work yet softened by peace. Evenings where stars gather watch over quiet lands. Each chord is a reminder that life in its simplest form is enough. The music becomes a companion for thought, for reflection, for stillness. It fills the space without demand, carrying the listener to a place of calm stream. The sound of strings is a bridge between the past and the present, between what was and what will be, rooted in the soil of tradition and the openness of tomorrow. As the final notes linger, the morning feels fuller, the air warmer, the heart lighter. The coffee cools slowly untouched for a while, till the true nourishments come not from the cup, but from the song itself. The rustic morning is spoken through guitar strings, leaving behind peace that lingers long after the music fades. Under the wide Carolina skies, where the stars begin to whisper, the night opens like a gentle song. A slow country guitar carries a breeze, telling stories of open fields and quiet roads that stretch forever. The melody drifts like fireflies in the warm air, rising and falling with the rhythm of a southern night. The strings hum softly like footsteps on an old wooden porch, steady and calm, notes linger fading into the stillness, only to return again warmer, deeper. It feels like home, like the voice of the land calling gently, reminding you of every sunset you watch fade behind the hills. The sound is unhurried, peaceful as the glow of lantern light, leaving memories of southern summers and nights by the riverbank. Each chord blooms like a field in twilight, simple yet endless, filling the air with comfort. Time slows, worries drift away, and the heart finds its rest in the hush of the music. As the guitar flows, it carries the soul across quietest valleys, past rustic barns and along dusty trails where the night holds its secrets. Melody bends like branches in soft winds, steady and sure yet tender as the hush before dawn. It invites you to breathe slow, to feel the peace hidden in the silence between notes. In this song there are no endings, only gentle cycles like stars returning each night, like waves against a quiet shore. The guitar sings of the South, not with words, but with the echo of tradition, carrying the spirit of Carolina. And every gem bent afraid. Under these skies, when music becomes a companion, it sits with you in stillness, never rushing, never fading too soon. Like the horizon glowing at nightfall, it promises calm, a place where the world softens and the soul finds its way home. Out where the sunlight paints the land, the golden fields roll endlessly beneath the quiet sky. The guitar carries a gentle tune, like a whisper of wind across tall grass, weaving stories of peace and open horizons. Every note feels like a warm afternoon, where time slows down and the world breathes softly. The fields glow under the fading light, and the strings echo the spirit of the countryside. Steady, honest and free. The rhythm flows like footsteps on dusty roads, where the heart finds its calm in every open mouth. The melody drifts like clouds in the southern sky, unhurried, unbroken, forever moving. Golden afternoons wrap the earth in comfort, and the song becomes a companion to the stillness, a voice for quiet thoughts. It carries the warmth of home, the strength of wide plains, and the gentle pull of distant horizons. As the sun lures shadows stretch across the field, but the sound remains bright, filled with promise. The guitar sings softly like a lullaby for the land, bringing peace to restless souls. Speaks of journeys not rushed of moments, treasure of the beauty found in simple days. Beneath the known sky, every chord is a step deeper into serenity. Every pause a chance to breathe. The golden fields never end, neither does the calming. Carried within this song is a journey without hurt, a story told without words, a reminder that peace is always waiting where the horizon meets the land. By the river's edge, time slows down, and the water carries whispers of forgotten songs. The guitar begins softly, a gentle echo blending with the steady flow. Each note drifting like sunlight across the surface. It speaks of still mornings where the breeze is cool and the heart is calm, where every reflection tells a story of peace. Sound flows steady, never rushing like the river itself. It winds through memory, the thought through quiet dreams, leaving space to breathe, space to feel. The melody rises and falls like ripples against the shore, carrying the warmth of the countryside, carrying the strength of gentle moments. Guitar sings in long afternoons, when nothing is urgent, when life feels wide and endless. Each chord is a reflection, a mirror of what lies within, a reminder of balance between stillness and movement. The song holds both the quiet weight of thought and the lightness of drifting water. As the river moves on, so does the melody, steady but changing, finding new paths, new echoes, new ways to remind the soul of its calm. Music is a journey without a destination, a force without words, a space where thoughts settle like stones beneath the surface. Song carries peace forward. It becomes a companion for reflection, for study, for the quiet search for meaning. With every note the horizon feels closer, the mind lighter, the heart more rest. When the final echoes fade, they leave behind stillness, the same stillness found by the river, where peace lingers like an endless flow. Then road winds gently through the timberland, where tall pines stand like guardians of the sky. The guitar begins to sing, soft and patient, echoing the quiet rhythm of the earth. Each chord feels like a step taken slowly, each note like a breath of cool forest air. The journey unfolds without hurry, a melody drifts along the trail, weaving with the whisper of leaves and the sound of distant streams. The song carries no weight, the time, only freedom, only the open road ahead. The guitar becomes the voice of escape, the sound of a world untouched. And endless shadows stretch across the dirt path, golden light slipping through branches. The tune is warm, steady heartbeat of the land itself. It speaks of freedom, the stillness of the way. Every journey is more than distance, it is peace, it is reflection, it is life slowing down. The guitar rises gently, carrying hope in its sound, as if to remind that even in solitude, you are never alone. The timberland sings too, in silence and stillness, in wind and earth. The music holds its truth quiet, offering it like a gift. Rest, simplicity, belonging. As the notes move forward, the road feels endless but kind. The path does not ask for haste, only for presence. And in the glow of dust, the song grows softer, fading like the last light of day over the hill. The guitar whispers one last time, a memory now carried inside of roads untraveled, of escapes found not far away but within. The timberland remains steady, eternal, and the music lingers, even in silence. Evening skies painted in shades of amber, the horizon glowing as the sun slowly sinks. The guitar begins softly, like a whisper of light across the fields, wrapping the air in warmth. Every note feels like the last rays of the day, gentle and golden, carrying calm into the night. Music drips with ease, unhurried, flowing like the breeze that moves through the southern trees. It is the sound of endings, yet not a loss, of days fulfilled, and love roads travel afield. Peace finally found, the guitar breathes steady and true, each chord unfolding like the sky, deepening love. Amber turns to crimson, shadows stretch across the land. The song grows with quiet strength, holding the stillness of a country evening where the world slows and the heart listens. Every sound speaks of rest, of release, of the beauty in silence. The guitar rises warm and steady, carrying a memory of laughter, journeys of the spirit of home. It does not rush, it simply lingers like the glow on the horizon that refuses to fade. The melody belongs to the evening, to the time between day and night, when everything feels soft and whole. As twilight deepens, the guitar softens too, becoming almost a lullaby. It is comfort without words, a promise that rest is near, that peace has already arrived. Gently toward silence, like the sun dipping below the hills, leaving its warmth behind. The song ends not in farewell, but in stillness the end. The sunset fades, but its glow remains inside, carried quietly, like the memory of the music that brought rest to the heart.
night begins softly. A blanket of stars unfold across the sky in the distance. The pines whisper with the evening wind, their voices calm and low. The guitar begins to play, each note light a breath of night air, cool and steady, guiding the heart into peace. The melody slow, they're drifting like the shadows stretch beneath the tall trees. It is a song of stillness, the quiet roads and lantern lights glowing in the wing-ends of distant cabins. The guitar hums with warmth unhurried, carrying the way to rest. The music rises gently, never loud, never rushing. It flows with the rhythm of nature itself. The timeless hush of pines swaying under the moon. The chords fall like whispers, tender and soft, bringing comfort to the night. Memories wander within the song of long days behind, of journeys paused, of the calm that waits when work is done. The guitar glows like the firelight, steady and warm, holding close the soul with its gentle sound. In the night deepened, stars bright against the black sky. The pines still moving, whispering to one another. The guitar keeps steady, soft as a lullaby, carrying the listener further into rest. Each note is like the closing of the eyes, the drifting of the mind into dreams. As the music slows, it feels as if the forest itself is breathing, calm and light, singing with the strings. The sound lingers like moonlight resting on the branches, holding stillness long after the final chord. The song ends as it began, quiet, steady and peaceful. The whispering pines remain a gentle reminder that the night itself sings, and the music is never truly gone.
The song begins in the silence of a fading afternoon, where sunlight slips through the cracks of weathered wood. The old barn stands steady, its walls holding stories of years gone by. The guitar begins to play, warm and soft, like footsteps on the dusty floor. Each note carries the scent of hay, the echo of laughter once heard, the calm of evenings when the work was done. The melody drifts gently unhurried, like dust floating in the shafts of golden light. The barn remembers and the guitar tells its story. The sound grows richer, strings humming with the weight of time. It is not sadness, but a gentle peace, a reminder of quiet days, of voices that lingered in the rafters, of horses resting, a field stretching beyond the doors. The guitar flows like memory itself, soft and steady. The song rises with tenderness, then falls back into calm, like the rhythm of rocking on a wooden chair. It holds the listener close, bringing comfort, as if the barn itself sighs with relief at being remembered. The night begins to fall, shadows gathering in the corners, but the music glows like firelight. Each chord wraps the heart in warmth, each tone steady as the heartbeat of the lamp. Bar stands still but alive in the sound, its silence filled with a gentle hum of strings. As the melody slows, the guitar whispers farewell, a soft promise the memories never truly fade. The barn remains a keeper of quiet moments, a place where music and memory meet. The final notes fade into stillness, like the closing of a door, leaving peace behind in the quiet night. The song begins with the steady rhythm of a trail, soft like boots pressing into the dry earth. The air is warm, filled with the scent of dust, and the faint hum of wind sweeping through this fields. The guitar plays low and gentle, like the first steps of a long ride beneath a wide open sky. Each note feels like a footprint on the road, steady, patient, unhurried. The melody carries the listener forward, mile after mile, as if the strings themselves are guiding along a dusty path. The trail is quiet yet alive, with the whisper of grass, the call of distant birds, and the echo of journeys untold. The song rises with a calm strength, evoking the sight of sunlight breaking through clouds, painting the land with golden fire. The guitar hums like the heartbeat of the land, slow and grounding, steady enough to bring focus, calm enough to bring peace. As the journey continues, the melody drifts between brightness and stillness, tells the roads that stretch without end, of nights beneath starlit skies, the mornings where dust glows golden and the sun rises. Not a song of rushing, but a patience of steps taken one by one toward a destination may not matter as much as the road itself. The guitar softens again, like a rider pausing on the trail, gazing into the horizon. Music invites the listener to breathe deeper, to move slower, let go of the weight of hurried, as each chord feels like a reminder the peace is found in steady motion, not in rush rushing ahead. As the piece draws toward its end, the guitar lingers, holding the memory of the dusty trail in its strings. The melody fades like the last rays of the light on the horizon, leaving behind not silence but stillness, a quiet strength carried forward into the next step, the next moment. The dusty trail remains endless and open, ready for those who walk it with calm hearts. The song begins beneath the sky of quiet stars. The night draped across the Blue Ridge Mountains like a soft blanket. The guitar hums gently, a melody rising like fireflies over dark hills. Each note is steady, calm and unhurried, moving like the rhythm of a journey, taken at its own pace. Music carries the hush of the night, soft enough to still the mind, yet strong enough to echo across wide valleys. The sound paints the glow of moonlight on winding roads, the silhouette of trees against the horizon, the peace of breathing in the cool night air. As the melody deepens, it feels like a slow ride along mountain paths. Lantern light flickering in the distance, stars watching from above. The guitar sings of stillness, of roads stretching beyond sight, of moments where the journey itself is more than enough. The tune sways between brightness and shadow, a gentle balance of comfort and longing. Tells the night spent close to the fire, stories whispered under white skies of the way silence speaks louder than words when the mountains stand as silent guardians. Halfway through the song opens like the night sky itself. The guitar rises glowing with warmth like the soft pulse of hope carried along the road. Feels like movement without urgency, like the calm strength of travel through darkness, with only the stars as guides as the journey nears its end. The guitar softens again, quiet footsteps fading into stillness. Music drifts like smoke rising into the night, leaving behind not emptiness but peace, a reminder that the Blue Ridge nights hold both the silence of rest and the promise of another dawn. The last chords fade like shadows, melting into the horizon. Journey continues, but the music need remains, echoing softly in the quiet of the heart. Music begins softly, like the first light of the moon rising above golden field. The gentle guitar voice carries across the quiet night, slow and tender, with every note glowing like silver light touching the earth. It sings a stillness, the calm evenings when the harvest is done and the land rests. The air is cool, the world hushed, and only the guitar whispers a speaking directly to the heart. The melody drifts like a breeze through the tall grass, steady and soothing, rocking the soul into peace. The song tells of country nights where silence feels like a blanket and the stars keep gentle watch. It is music for closing the eyes, for letting the weight of the day slip away. The guitar flows like water, like dreams waiting just beyond the horizon, ready to cradle the listener in her rest. Midway the tune deepens, carrying a warmth, feels like the fire still burning low in the distance. It hums a comfort belonging of the simple truth that the night brings not fear but healing. The chords stretch long unhurried, as though the world has no rush, no burden, only the steady rhythm of breath and quiet. The melody circles back, soft and now, the kind of sound that lingers in the air like memory. It feels like watching the harvest moon climb higher, its light growing stronger, even the sleep draws closer. Each note is gentle but sure, like footsteps fading into the stillness of dreams. As the song nears its close, the guitar grows quieter, softer still, until it feels like the music itself is drifting. And when it's slumber, the last chords are a sigh, release, a promise that peace will remain long after the sound has faded. The listener, the harvest moon shines above, and the music carries them in to the embrace of rest. The song begins with a soft guitar voice, steady and calm like the first stars rising above the horizon. Each note drifts slowly, weaving a blanket of peace over the night. The melodies unhurried, breathing gently like the quiet rhythm of the countryside when the day has ended. It sings of porches made of old wood, where rocking chairs creak softly, and the cool night air drifts through the fields. The music carries the sound of stillness, the whisper of tall grass, the hush of trees standing in silence beneath the sky. Guitar tells a story, a simplicity of evenings where nothing is rushed, where time slows down and the night itself feels like a companion. The melody hums with warmth, a sound that feels close, comforting, as if it were strong beside a firelight. As the song moves forward, the guitar deepens, carrying a glow like lantern light, spilling across the ground. It is tender but strong, gentle but steady, echoing the truth that even in the quietest moments beauty lingers. Each note seems to rise and fade like breath, drawing the listener closer into rest. Midway the music flows like a soft river beneath moonlight, reflecting the stars above. The melody expands, calm but alive, stretching into the horizon, a sound where peace and silence meet. It invites the heart to let go, to listen not only with the ears but with the soul. Toward the end, the guitar begins to soften once more, returning to stillness, to the hush of the evening. The notes fade like fireflies, disappearing into the dark, leaving only a memory of warmth behind. The song closes with a sigh sound, as if the guitar itself is falling asleep under the night sky. In the end, all the silence remains, a silence filled with comfort, rest in the quiet beauty of rustic evenings. The song begins with a tender strum, gentle as the first rays of sunlight brushing over an open field. The guitar speaks softly, carrying the freshness of morning air, cool and filled with promise. Each note blooms slowly, like wildflowers lifting their faces toward the light. The melody drifts with ease, weaving a story of calm reflection. It tells of wooden fences stretching across green meadows, soft winds moving through tall grass, of a sky painted gold and pink as the day begins. The guitar's voice is steady, unhurried, a companion to thought and silence. As the music unfolds, it gathers warmth, rising like the sun above the horizon. The notes shine bright, filling the space with hope and balance, inviting the listener to breathe deeply and rest within the moment. The melody does not rush, it moves with grace, carrying the stillness of the countryside into the soul. Midway, the sound deepens, like the heartbeat of the earth itself, slow and grounded. The guitar's tone becomes reflective, asking them, the heart, to look inward, to remember the beauty that lingers in the simplest things. It feels like a journal written in sound, a conversation between the listener and the morning itself. The strum softens again, like the wind coming after it has passed through. The meadow notes fall gently, almost like petals drifting from wildflowers, carried away on the breeze. The melody reminds us that mornings are not only for beginnings, but also for quiet reflection, for finding strength in stillness. As the piece moves toward its end, the guitar plays soft and softer, as if the light of dawn has fully arrived and the day has begun. The song closes with warmth, leaving behind a memory of peace, like the lingering fragrance of wildflowers in the morning air. The silence after the final chord feels like a pause, not an ending, but an invitation to carry that calm into the hours ahead. The melody begins softly, like a breeze drifting through the wooden beams of an old country porch. The guitar strums gently, each note swaying in time with the rocking of a chair, steady and calm. It carries the warmth of evening air, touched by fading sunlight and the scent of fresh grass. As the sound unfolds, it feels like home. The guitar's voice is unheard, speaking of quiet nights and open skies, of moments when the world slows down and silence becomes music of its own. Each chord holds a memory, simple yet timeless, like laughter shared on a porch swing, or the creak of old floorboards under resting feet. As the melody rises, just lightning, echoing the rhythm of life in the countryside. It's steady, never rushed, flowing like the breeze itself, unseen but always felt. The sound seems to brush against your soul, carrying away the weight of the day, leaving only calm behind. Halfway through, the guitar grows warmer, as if the night sky deepens and stars begin to appear overhead. The tone becomes reflective, like the hush that falls when fireflies start to glow. In the fields beyond the porch, the music invites stillness, reminding us that beauty's also often found in the quiet spaces between words. The strum slows again, falling softer, almost like a lullaby whispered into the evening air. Each note drifts outward, blending with the sounds of crickets and the whisper of the wind. It feels like a promise of peace, a moment that belongs to no one, and yet to everyone who pauses long enough to feel it. As the melody closes, the final chords linger, warm and tender. The sound fades like the last breath of breeze through the porch rails, leaving only silence, deep and comforting. The porch remains timeless and still, waiting for the next breeze, the next song, the next moment. Cured reflection. music begins softly, like a whisper drifting across the southern night. The guitar strings glow with warmth, each note falling gently, as if carried by the slow rhythm of dreams. It is not hurried, not loud, just a tender love woven with the voice of the countryside. The sound paints a picture of wide open fields under a moonlit sky. The air is cool, the stars are endless, and the silence between has the melody itself. It is the sound of stillness, the sound of rest, a quieted rhythm that wraps the listener in peace. As the tune flows, the guitar breeze, like a steady rocking of a chair on a porch. Each strum feels like the sweat tall grass in the midnight breeze. Coming unbroken, the melody carries the weight of memory. Nights when the world felt slower, kinda simpler. Midway, the guitar grows warmer, not louder, just deeper, like the heart settling into a gentle rhythm. It feels like lying beneath the stars, where time no longer matters. Each note becomes a star itself, glimmering for just a moment before fading into the night. Music invites surrender. It is not a call to action, but an invitation to let go of the day, of the noise, of the weight we all carry. The guitar does not rush, it lingers, holding space for silence, allowing the listener to breathe and drift further in calm. The melody slows again, soft as a closing of tired eyes. The guitar whispers its final tones like a fading dream, tender, light, and eternal. The last notes stretch out as if they refuse to leave, until they dissolve in the quiet. Nothing remains but peace. The music does not end, it simply becomes part of the night, carried on like a dream too sweet to wake from. The song begins softly, like sparks rising into the night sky. Gentle guitar chords drift slowly, low and warm as a campfire at her dusk. The melody rests quietly, wrapping the listener in calm. Each note falls like the crackle of firewood, steady and peaceful, carrying the spirit of the evening. The sound is not hurried breeze, the rhythm is natural as a glow flames against the cool air. The strings hum like quiet voice around the fire, sharing stories without words. As the guitar flows forward, music expands like the night sky above. Slow strums create a space of stillness, while soft picking patterns feel like stars flickering in the distance. It is simple, gentle but full of warmth, like a flame that never fades. Midway the melody deepens, as if the fire burns brighter for a moment, filling the night with comfort. The tones echo across the quiet, like embers floating into the dark. There is no rush, no wait, only the steady breath of night and the soft glow of string. The music holds on to silence as much as sound. The pauses between notes stretch like shadows cast by firelight, reminding the listener of peace in every space. This is the heart of the melody, calm, steady, timeless. Toward the end, the guitar slows, fading like a fire, settling into glowing coals. The notes soften, drifting gently into the quiet of night. Each last tone lingers, glowing faintly. A journey's not loud, not grand, but gentle. A quiet fire in the dark, a reminder that peace lives in stillness. Guitar begins softly, like the first sound rising from the valley at dawn. Each note echoes gently, carrying warmth and calm through the air. The strings feel distant yet close, like a voice of the land itself, steady and timeless. Melody drifts with a slow rhythm, as if carried by a soft breeze winding between hills. Every strum holds a gentle weight, reminder of stillness and peace waiting within. The sound is wide like the open valley, where nothing presses and everything rests. As the song moves forward, guitar builds slightly, laying warmth upon call. The tones ripple like echoes between canyon walls, stretching far yet returning softly. Each chord breathes patience, inviting the listener deeper into quiet reflection. Midway the guitar expands into a brighter flow, picking patterns shimmer like sunlight resting on river water, calm but alive. The valley feels endless, a horizon of sound stretching in golden air. There is movement here but no urgency, only a steady path towards serenity. The heart of the music holds a balance between space and sound. Silence lingers between notes, like pauses in nature filled with meaning. The echoes grow softer and return again, always familiar, always guiding the listener back to peace. As the melody begins to close, the sound falls lower, returning to its first stillness. Strums soften, fading like the last light in an evading. The guitar rests in quiet resonance, leaving the only memory of peace of echoes carried far and gently returned. This is music of calm journeys, music of vows that hold the sound of eternity. Guitar voice that rises and falls, carrying serenity with every echo. The guitar begins soft, like a breeze moving gently through the canyon walls. Notes flow slow and steady, weaving warmth into the quiet air. Each strum carries the echo of open spaces, stretching wide beneath the southern sky. The melody rises, tender and unhurried, shaped by the rhythm of stillness. The sound feels ancient like the stone cliffs themselves, strong yet gentle. Each chord lingers, holding calm in the air, like dust caught in golden light. As the song continues, the guitar brightens, picking with a subtle spark. The notes move like drifting winds, playful but never hurried. There is peace in every pattern, a balance between movement and rest. The canyon seems to breathe with the sound, its silence filled with music. The middle flows deeper, the strums carrying echoes that seem to travel far. The melody widens, painting the vastness of the canyon with sound. Yet even in its reach, the guitar holds softness, a reminder that calm exists even in the largest earths. Moments of quiet fall between the notes, pauses like shadows across red stone. Music breathes naturally, never rushing, never forcing. Is a song of patience, of peace caught by time. Toward the close, the guitar softens again, the strums falling like the last glow of sunlight. Slipping past the canyon walls, notes fade into stillness, tender and slow until on the quiet remains. The canyon holds its breath, the breeze rests in the memory of the song, lingers like a gentle wind that never truly leaves. guitar begins softly like a lantern glowing in the dark. It sounds steady and warm, each note drifts gently, filling the night air with calm. The melody moves unhurried, like the rhythm of crickets in the fields, patient and timeless. The music carries the stillness of the countryside. After sunset, the barn rests in silence, the homestead bathed in silver light from the moon. Every strum feels like a breath of cool night air, wrapping the soul in quiet comfort. The melody deepens, flowing steady as the stars wheel slowly across the sky. Notes echo with the memory of days gone by. Work finished, feels rested and hearts at ease. It is the song of a home that never rushes, of peace that lingers long after the day is done. In the middle, the guitar brightens, plucking like fireflies dancing in the dark. The tune carries warmth, not loud or hurried, but steady as a rocking of an old chair on the porch. The music feels alive, yet calm, like the heartbeat of the night itself. Pauses fall between the notes, gentle as shadows across wooden walls. The sound holds space for silence, allowing rest to grow deep. Each drum reminds the listener of quiet nights when nothing is asked and peace is freely given. Toward the close, the guitar softens again, falling like the hush of midnight winds across the fields. Notes linger low, tender and fading, like the last flicker of a candle before sleep. Still rest in stillness. The night holds its calm and the song fades in. The quiet comfort of dreams. Guitar begins like the first light, rising across the ridge, soft and golden, touching the air with warmth. Notes fall gently one by one like dew across the grass. The sound is steady, calm and guiding, carrying the listener into focus. As the melody builds, the rhythm grows clear, flowing like footsteps on a quiet trail at dawn. Each chord rings like a call of morning birds, bright and tender, filling the soul with energy without haste. The music does not rush, it simply unfolds like the sky open wide over the hills. The guitar lingers in gentle patterns, weaving sound that is both soothing and grounding. It carries the strength of the earth beneath the ridge, steady in shaking while also lifting the spirit high toward the rising sun. Midway the melody opens wider, brighter, with notes that shimmer like sunlight breaking through clouds. The sound invites focus, a calm yet determined energy. It is not a storm or a fire, but a slow burning light, steady enough to guide the mind into clarity. There is a pause, a breath, a silence between the strums, like the stillness of the morning breeze. Then the guitar resumes, softer and smoother, like the gentle sway of fields touched by the wind. The music feels endless, carrying them riff, harping over the thoughts unfolding out strange. As the critters and minerals, the melody softens again, light and mud and green. Got the sun steady to closing, steady and casting up high in the skies. No spade like a quiet retreat of morning shadows. The guitar rests in balance, a final reminder that peace and focus can walk side by side. Ends as it begins, gently and brown, rounding the line, the emerald. Guitar begins softly, like the first light rising over the Montana peaks. Notes fall gently, echoing across white valleys and open skies, carrying the calm morning air. Each chord breathes like the land itself, steady, vast, and timeless. The melody grows warmer, steady as the footsteps of a traveler walking through pine-lined trails. Sound reflects rivers glistening in the sun, fields touched by golden light, and mountains standing tall against the horizon. There is no hurry here, only the quiet unfolding of the new day. As the piece continues, the rhythm flows like a gentle stream, wind between rocks and meadows. Guitar paints images of wildflowers swaying, horses grazing in the distance, and the silence of the mountains, broken only by bird song. Every note is simple yet full of life, guiding the heart into peace. Midway the sound brightens, carrying strength and freedom, like a rider moving across an open ridge. The chords are uplifting yet calm, balancing clarity and warmth. Focus rises naturally, as if the mountains themselves lend their strength to the soul. Softer passage follows, tender as the morning breeze that drifts through pine trees. The guitar slows, each note lingering, echoing like voices in the valley. It invites reflection, a moment of stillness where the listener feels both grounded and free. As the music draws towards close, the melody returns to simplicity. The guitar strums lightly, steady as a heartbeat, calm as the earth beneath the Montana sky. No notes fade like the retreat of shadows as the sun climbs higher, leaving only peace behind. the mountains themselves holding their silence. Timeless, calm, eternal. The guitar begins with a soft tone, gentle as a wind, moving across Yellowstone's wide valleys. Notes drift like morning mist, rising from the rivers, carrying the sound of peace and open space. Each chord is calm, steady, a reminder of the land's eternal rhythm. The melody grows warmer, echoing the power waterfalls, and the quiet strength the towering pines. It feels like riding along trails that stretch endlessly, where bison move slowly, and golden fields and eagles circle high above. The sound is steady, grounded yet full of freedom. As the song unfolds, the guitar flows like the Yellowstone River, winding with grace and patience. The rhythm is simple but alive, echoing the strength of mountains and the calm of grasslands. Each note feels timeless, carrying both the beauty of silence and the voice of the earth itself. In the middle of music, brightened, the looms uplifting, sunlight breaking over the teens. The chords expand, strong yet gentle, like the heartbeat of the land. It calls the spirit to wander, to breathe deeply, to find stillness within motion. A softer passage follows calm, as the fading light it does. The guitar lingers, each note stretching into silence, like stars appearing slowly above the plains. It invites reflection, peace and connection with the vastness of nature. The closing melody circles back to simplicity. The guitar strums lightly, steady as footsteps on a wooden trail. Notes fade like the sun setting over Yellowstone's ridge, leaving only the warmth of memory and the echo of timeless peace. The song ends softly like the land itself, breathing vast and eternal. The guitar begins like the gentle ripple of water, soft and steady under an evening sky. Each note feels tender, echoing the rhythm of calm waves brushing the lake shore. The sound is simple yet wide, carrying the stillness of twilight. The melody unfolds slowly, strongs weaving together like reflections on the lake. Each chord moves without hurry, as if time itself had softened, stretching into peace. There's warmth in the sound, a glow that matches the fading light of the sun. As the song drifts onward, the guitar picks up subtle patterns, bright and tender. The strings dance lightly near, and fireflies rising in the dusk. The music feels alive, yet calm, filling the air without disturbing the stillness. In the middle, the melody brolins, carrying both open, quiet comfort. The strum stretch farther as affecting the cross and water, but always return with gentleness. Every note feels like a companion, a reminder that evening holds peace, not solitude. The rhythm stays steady, the guitar breathing in slow patterns of reflection. Silence slips between chords like pauses in conversation. Natural and unhurried, the sound of the guitar is not only music but a presence, a lakeside voice, whispering calm. As the song begins to close, the strums soften again, the guitar quiets, like the final shimmer of light. Fading in the night, notes fall slowly, tenderly, until only a lingering resonance remains, as if the water itself has absorbed the sound. The evening is still, the lake calm, and the memory of the guitar drifts like a final echo, peaceful, timeless, serene. The song begins like dawn rising over open horizon. Soft chords drifting gently into the air. Each strum carries a glow of warmth like sunlight stretching across quiet fields. The guitar sings slowly, creating space for calm thoughts to wander free. Melody is steady, neither rush nor heavy notes fall like golden rays. Clear and simple, guiding the listener into focus. It feels as though the horizon itself breathes through the strings, open and wide with promise and peace. As the music moves forward, subtle picking patterns shimmer like sunlight on calm water. The rhythm is unbroken, carrying a flow, steadies the mind, easing it into ten. Still the sound is soft, yet strong, a companion, a thought, a guide to balance. Midway the guitar deepens, the tones richer, like the sun high above the land. It brings quiet strength, building softly without weight. The melody expands as though the horizon stretches endlessly, reminding the listener of freedom within calm. Every pause between notes is filled with air like open sky. The sound does not demand but invites, letting the heart rest, letting the mind drift into clarity. The strings go steady and gold, holding the listener in gentle light. before the close, the guitar returns to stillness. The strums grow softer like the sun fading into evening. The tones slow, each one falling like the last rays of day across the horizon. The music rests quiet, fading into calm, as though the horizon closes. Golden silence. This is not a song of urgency, but of openness, a song to remind that peace is always near, carried by simple chords, stretch across the horizon of thought.